As we all know, this week, Donald Trump made the big announcement that J.D. Vance, the freshman senator from the state of Ohio, was going to be his running mate this year. And it was actually kind of a surprise to a lot of people because a lot of people, myself included, had assumed that Donald Trump was going to be picking North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. Because Burgum, like Donald Trump, is a billionaire. But unlike Donald Trump, he's also a pretty boring guy, doesn't have a ton of skeletons in his closet. He does have some very extreme positions on certain issues, but he's also got a couple of moderate views on other issues, including environmental issues, that could attract some voters on the fence. In other words, he would have brought a lot of money to the campaign, and he probably could have brought over a lot of swing voters too. Instead, Donald Trump went with the firebrand J.D. Vance. And now, according to a new report from NBC News, he did it because his idiot sons told him this was the way. Let me read this to you. With the clock ticking to the Republican National Convention last week, Donald Trump met privately to discuss his running mate search with two of his closest advisors, his sons. The conversation quickly turned tense when the former president indicated that he was leaning towards Doug Burgum, until recently the largely unknown governor of North Dakota, but someone whose low-maintenance, no-drama personality would never threaten to outshine Trump. Don Jr. and Eric went batshit crazy. "Why would you do something so stupid? He offers us nothing," a purported longtime GOP operative familiar told NBC News. They were basically all like, "JD, JD, JD," the operative said. So Donald Trump's two idiot sons, who have no political experience at all, never run for office, never ran a campaign, nothing. They're the ones who said, "Why would you pick the guy who can bring in lots of money and who isn't as well known, doesn't necessarily have skeletons in his closet? His few, extreme positions are well on record. We know how dangerous he is. He's a MAGA guy. Why would you bring him on?" That's a dumb thought. Because he does have moderate positions on a few things. Trust me, I'm not saying Doug Burgum's a good guy by any stretch of the imagination, but he has more appeal towards swing voters than the diehard MAGA fan J.D. Vance does, who's only a diehard MAGA fan because it benefited him politically. He'll drop Donald Trump first chance he gets. But the idiot sons said, "Go with this guy. Oh boy, we like him." And Trump listened to him. He wanted to go with Burgum, but his sons said, "Pick J.D." And that might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I mean, listen, in addition to his extremist positions on the issues, J.D. Vance brings nothing to the ticket that shores up any of Donald Trump's weaknesses. His weaknesses are with women voters, black voters, and Latino voters. J.D. Vance does not help him with any of those three things at all. I mean, honestly, Donald Trump should have picked Nikki Haley. If he was smart, he'd have picked Nikki Haley. He'd be running away with this election right now. Luckily, Trump is not smart politically. And he picked the idiot who doesn't bring anything new to the ticket other than undying loyalty until it no longer serves him, which is something Trump will eventually experience. But undying loyalty, and to those two little Trump boys, again, who have no political experience, that's the only thing that mattered. So that's why Trump is stuck with this idiot with a year and a half of political experience under his belt as his running mate. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.